More is riding on today's election results than who holds office. Law enforcement agencies are on alert for possible violence from groups upset by the eventual outcome. Those concerns are especially heightened in Washington, where Cronkite News reporter Tina Giuliano joins us from outside the White House.
Protesters have been here gathering for hours. Polls have been starting to close. And here it's a little bit of an party atmosphere, but the city has been prepared and has been preparing for the past couple of days, just in case the mood takes a turn.
Fences, wooden boards, and barricades. Many buildings in downtown Washington have been covered up or fenced off as the nation's capital prepares for possible election night fallout, and people here are bracing too.
So we are expecting violence, like real violence, not just rioting and burning down something.
Nadine Seiler, an activist who maintains the Black Lives Matter display in Lafayette Square, said she hopes the talk of violence is just that, all talk.
I don't know if I think it's going to reach that, but I haven't made a decision, but I'm going to be here regardless.
But Seth Jones, the director of the Transnational Threats Project at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, believes the threat of election night violence is very real.
I think with a Democratic victory, probably more firearms and explosives.
But the type of public outcry depends on the winner of the presidential race, Jones said.
With something that's more like a Republican Democratic victory, presidential victory, more street level violence for political purposes.
When protests turn violent, Jones said local law enforcement is the best line of defense.
Now, when it comes to larger protests in cities, I think, the first line of defense has to be local law enforcement agencies.
Other groups are calling on a higher authority. The 24-hour National Strategic Prayer Call has set up shop this week north of the White House. One of its members, Richard Stoffel, believes that some rioters are there just for the violence.
The people that are actually doing the rioting, in some ways, they maybe don't really care.
Seiler says she has seen it all as she helps maintain the Black Lives Matter fence, but she said many have told her to buy a bulletproof vest.
We know the threat is real, but I still, part of me, want to believe that on the whole, that there's more talk and it's more like trying to intimidate.
But she said that won't stop her from being present here.
I'm expecting tension, but I'm prepared for whatever.
Election results continue to trickle in, and organizers say they will be here the rest of the week. In Washington, Tina Giuliano, Cronkite News.